Hello, this is Positive Vibes Enterprise. I am Tom Goodwin, and this is Michelle Ronquillo.
Hi, everybody.
And today's subject has to do with pain and living.
Yes.
And we've dealt with a lot of that in recent times ourselves.
Yes. We're hoping everyone has a wonderful, wonderful new year. Our year ended with a bang, and in life, there's always experiences that make you stronger, not only physically, but it also makes you stronger mentally, and know reasons why you're doing and going through the pains that you're going through.
And if we're going to end the cycle of abuse, people have to be able to face pain and overcome pain.
Yes.
Because why do people hurt other people? It's because they have pain inside of them that drives them to it, because they're not facing the pain. The pain is sort of like pushing them. In other words, they're reacting to the pain to try to avoid the pain by putting it on other people.
Yes, and when it happens to you and you're a victim of pain caused by anything in life, you have to be strong enough to face the pain you're dealing with.
Life is rough. Life is abusive in itself. But the thing is, it's a case of the body can take a lot of trial and tribulation. It can deal with quite a bit of damage, and if the damage isn't too bad, you'll get stronger. Like the weightlifter actually damages the muscles, and the muscles come back stronger. They get sore, and then they come back stronger. And I've read also that even bones, if you fracture bones, they'll come back stronger. That's why the karate people who break the blocks, the bricks or whatever, they are able to do it because they hit it and then they damage their bones a little bit, and then they get stronger and they get stronger, and after a while they're really strong. So you have to look at that principle, because that tells you a lot. It tells you that often when people are being abused, they actually get tougher as a result if they're not damaged. In other words, if you're able to hold it together and not get permanent damage, you will get stronger.
And what Tom is really referring to here is a mental state of you have to hold it together in a mental state. You have to get the motivation to not make excuses where you could coddle the pain. You could make excuses of why you can sit there in pain and you don't have to push through it. The motivations kind of get null, they get dumb, but you have to push through it. You have to find it inside your mental state to be strong enough to make the body motivated enough to move again.
You have to be able to face the pain in your life, face the pain that's presented to you. You cannot be burdening other people because you can't handle your own pain. And that's what causes a lot of problems in this world, is people are not being responsible enough to face their own challenges, face their own pain.
Yes.
And athletes can handle pain real well. There are people that have faced pain a lot in their life, and they become good at handling pain. And you can learn to handle pain. You don't have to constantly go to pain relievers and always have to feel like you have to feel a certain way. We are powerful spirits. It's not all about science in this world, where they tend to put everything on a very superficial, shallow level, and they have no extra feeling, or they don't think free will exists. They don't think you can make a difference. Don't think you can get extra control over your life. A lot of scientists, I've been listening to a lot of videos lately, tend to have that all determinism, which is great for a scientist, because that's the way they want things to be, because that puts everything in their venue and gives it extra importance. People always like to make their particular area that they specialize in as being, so much more important than it is.
But we're talking about individual spirits that the emotional damage, the traumas, create different chemicals that will lead to depression if you're not careful. You have to balance what's going on emotionally with what you're facing. Don't deny it. You don't want to cover it up. You want to get through it. You want to see why the pain is there, and then be strong enough to motivate yourself to get moving forward through the healing processes of not just sitting there going, oh, I'm in pain. I can't move. Mind over matter. If you are determined to make a difference and get stronger in the pain of what you're feeling in the body, then it starts with the mind.
The spirit is powered by emotions. And emotions, you only can handle the type of emotions what it means, you have to be able to handle the pain that comes with the emotions before you can master the emotions.
Exactly.
So you cannot be strong spiritually unless you can handle a lot of pain. And so the greatest spiritual leaders of the past had to have been able to handle a lot of pain in order to become really good at what they did. That's the nature of it. If you can't handle reality, and you can't handle the pain that comes with it, then you can have trouble.
We're talking emotion. We're talking about facing that you're wrong. It's okay to be wrong. We're talking about rejection. We're talking about people that take advantage of your good, kind soul. But it's not going to make you crumble. It's going to make you stronger. It's going to make you stronger knowing what emotion state that you decide to be in and face the pains that you face.
And what we're talking about is constructive pain. I have nothing to, I do not like abusive, destructive type pain.
Exactly.
I want pain to be used constructively, but it's always a fine line. You push yourself a certain amount, you pay attention to the pain, though. When I do the dumbbell swings, which is a really intense and very difficult, and I made it to be painful on me. I made it to be difficult. But I'm very, very careful that I don't hurt myself, that I don't injure myself. In other words, you have to have a carefulness that comes with dealing with pain and hardship, that you don't go beyond. It's a fine line. You have to develop that fine line. That's why you have to really do good with your spiritual programming, so it's really tuned into reality. And pain makes you more sensitive. In other words, the reason I can do such intense things is I'm strongly tuned into my body. Why am I tuned into my body? Because I'm tuned into pain really well. So I'm going to feel pain a lot of times, over things that are smaller than the type of things other people feel, because I'm going to feel things, because I have to be extra careful. I'm going to feel pain, with less of a danger than other people, because to me, a small injury is a big injury because I can't do my dumbbell swing. So if my body is threatened with even a small injury, my body's going to react in pain because it knows it's in danger. In other words, pain is there for a reason. It tells you that you have to be careful and watch out.
Watch out.
And
it also teaches you something too. You can be in pain, and pain can make you, like when you have a headache, you don't want to do anything. But you have to go to the low energy states that allow you to heal. You have to be like a plant and allow your body to take in the healing energies that you need. And you know what? That breathing is so important in every step of the way, because it gives you clarity through what you're feeling. It gives you strength, knowing that you're going to get through it by staying in the moment, having low energy states, and you're breathing through the pain.
You're relaxing under pain. The meditation is learning you to relax when the pain's really hard. That's how you heal yourself.
Yes.
And that's how the best way to handle pain is to do an action, which is meditation is an action.
Yes.
I mean, there's other ways where you go out and you're in pain and you go out and you try to do something about the situation in a more active way. But to heal yourself, if there's something damaged inside of you, you have to go into a low energy state to heal yourself, and you'll be able to handle the pain so much better once you relax. But people aren't.
It's always a fine line too. You have to be careful of depression. You can go in a low energy state, but that's also the low energy state of depression. So you have to watch your thoughts. You have to watch your emotions. Make sure that you are not feeding in to the pity party, is what I call it.
Well, what happens is you have to get used to low energy, and you have to think of it as a positive thing.
It is always positive.
And I mean, there's no point in getting depressed. If I had ever let depression get to me, I wouldn't be alive at 66 years old.
There's a lot of people out there that have it and struggle through it. And then when you have an introduction to pain where you are really relying on others to do things for you, Sometimes that depression will kick in, but you have to fight it with the positive thoughts, the positive thinkings. And just as Tom does the meditative walks and the dumbbell swings, those clarities in pain while you're breathing, doing those meditations, you got the clarity in your mind of what you need to do.
You have to see the positive in things. To be able, I mean, so many people get fatigued too easily. They give up too easily.
Yes.
Once you get used to a low energy state, you can function where other people can't. You have the character to go on when other people can go on. Yes. You know, the thing with, as I say, with depression, depression will eat you up. If you get in a depressed state, it will destroy you. And I couldn't allow myself to be destroyed or get down on myself because I had to survive. I've always been a personality that wasn't going to give up and wanted to survive. So instead of that, I always took the approach that I have to do something to improve my situation. I have to change that which feels uncomfortable and is working against me, that with the pain or the hardship that's getting me down. I have to change it into something that will improve my situation. Because as long as you're improving your situation, there's hope. And as long as there's hope, you shouldn't get depressed, because you say, over the next mountain, there's going to be a beautiful valley. And I'm going to get there someday, and I'm going to keep pushing it. And if I make any progress at all, that's all that counts. Just keep making progress. Don't dwell on how you feel. Just focus on improving how you feel.
311, don't dwell. But also, keep in the moment. That's most important. Find your creative outlet. Make sure that your positive thoughts match the motivation that you want out of your body, out of the pain, and you will push through with tremendous success. Breathing is very important. The meditative walks and the dumbbell swings that Tom has created has made a huge difference in the way that we look at what is clarity and emotion and what is control and physical pain and hardship. So I invite and challenge all of you to try out his meditative techniques. You can check them out all on the links below of this video. We have tons of things that you can check out. We're going to be revisiting different topics, so please let us know which ones were your favorites and you would like us to revisit first. We have a lot of them.
And when I say don't dwell, I mean don't dwell without doing something, because actually when you do meditation, you actually do dwell on what's important. And I will always dwell on the roughest and toughest emotions and feelings or whatever I can get that is tough. Because when I'm doing the meditation, I'm working on it. I'm doing the breathing, and I'm working on getting more comfortable so that it won't be hurting me anymore.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get rid of the fact that these things are hurting me so that I can be comfortable and I can actually function in, while dealing with the situations that pain is involved with. Because there are painful things that have happened in your life, and you need to face the situations rather than let them get the better of you.
Yes, don't deny them and let them come through, because they do come in waves. Just like energy, it comes in waves. So breathe it out and face it. Have clarity. And
clarity is like being sober. And pain is one of the most sobering energies you can have. It's the most grounding energy you can have.
That's a great point. You need to ground. You need to ground with the earth. You need to ground who you are. You need to ground in reality. You need to be able to come back in the moment, because pain literally brings you back in the moment. And thank goodness it goes in the waves that it does. But it is important to have that clarity, and the breathing will definitely take you there.
And character comes from pain. And when in this world, we have so many serious problems. And the thing is, you cannot solve a problem in this world unless you can handle the pain that's associated with the problem. There's always a barrier you have to go up against in order to solve a problem that hasn't been solved before. And the person that's going to solve that problem is the person that can handle the duress involved in dealing with problems are difficult. They're tricky, and they usually require that you go outside the box and you look in different directions. And it's really rough going where other people don't go. So and so you have to be able to deal with the pain of separation.
And also, you know, now that he's bringing this up, the stress of it. You have to let that go. There should be no stress. There should be no negative emotions in this. You're going forward and motivating for all positive feelings, all positive thoughts, all positive strengths, confidence in yourself that you can do it, even as much as rough and tough as it is. We do encourage support groups, support systems for you individually.
Yeah,
you need it.
Yeah, support systems are very important.
Yes.
And one of the things, I am a sort of spiritual pioneer, and I have developed all these techniques and so forth. So I'm a living example of a person that get put through, you know, I've lived it.
Yes.
So that's why I need the videos and so forth. I need people to see them and see the stuff that I've written and all, because I need I need to get out to the public. And I mean, they need to see a living example of somebody that does the training. Then maybe they'll want to do the training. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger does his bodybuilding. Not that that's the best example, but he gets other people to, you know, decide I want to be like him. Now, that's not necessarily the most positive way to do it. But what I mean is, the people do these examples, and once you have an example, then the other people say, well, you know, I ought to do that. And the thing is, once the other people do it, they're going to find they can do it better than me, a lot of them. A lot of them are going to be able to surpass me. But first they have to see how good I am before they can decide I'm going to be better than him. In other words, they have to make examples.
Well, I mean, like, for instance, I do Indian gut intuition readings. So it's not just like regular psychic readings. You build your gut intuition into yourself. So of course you always want somebody else to catch on what you're doing and be better than that, because there's no ego in that. You want people to succeed. And when you have the experiences of life and you can walk what you talk and talk what you walk, then it's more about bring it on, because I'm walking and talking what I'm saying, and walking and experiencing at the same time. That's very real. That's very valid. That's very solid. And I witness Tom every day with everything that he does, his exercise. And you know what? I just recently had, and this is why we're doing this topic, a very bad, deadly car accident that bit me in half, pretty much. And without the techniques of Tom's wonderful breathing, meditative techniques and understandings of clarity inside my focusing head, I don't know where I'd be. So I'm very, very thankful for the wonderful experiences that Tom has been through to be here and help me through my pain and my healing and my experiences for all of you to be able to know if I can do it, so can you.
And the thing is, with my motivation isn't about Tom Goodwin. My motivation has always been to do something to straighten out the world around me that I see in such bad shape.
Yeah.
You can't really push yourself extremely hard if it's just about you. If you're into this,
that's right.
It's just me, the world revolves around me, it's only my perceptions that count and all that kind of stuff. That doesn't work when it comes to having really strong motivation. You have to look beyond yourself. You have to connect with empathy for all the other people in the world. You have to have that connection, so you say, this world really needs badly to be made better. Of course it's going to help me if the world's made better. Whenever you do something to make the world around you better, it makes things better for you.
It makes it easier.
But you cannot have the focus that it's all about a personality. I don't like focuses on personalities. I like focuses on techniques and things that work.
The techniques and tools
that
allow people to get stronger, farther, with more courage, and actually teach other people new ways of seeing and viewing and having different perspectives of that new walk, that new experience. So it's amazing. Try it out. I challenge you guys. The breathing meditative walks. Make sure that Tom will link the links for you for the meditative walks and the dumbbell swings. And for sure, I mean, it's made a difference in my life and my healing and my pains and traumas and things that, you know, I can sit here and say, hey, it's hard. It's easier said than done. But that's not the point. The point is to try it.
The harder it is, the more you can achieve.
Yeah, and the harder it is, the less people have already been there, because there's nobody there trying hard things. I mean, everybody wants self-gratification and quick in today's society. But no, things that are really solid and pure are things that you have to work so hard at. It's not going to be easy. It is so easier said than done.
And it's never ending.
Oh, it's never ending.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand. You don't get to some plateau where everything's perfect. Because
keep going.
Imperfection is what makes the world perfect. Because there's always something to strive for. There's always mystery. There's always something else. And that's what makes the world perfect, is the fact that it isn't perfect. And that's the dichotomy. And there's an awful lot of dichotomies in this world. And that's what makes the world such a hard thing to figure out. It's all the dichotomies, how these opposites are always working together.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And the experiences in life, you know, I don't like to hear excuses, because I face the things that I do wrong. In my flaws, I messed up. We're going to start again.
How can you?
This direction. No shame. Swallow the pride, because you either swallow the pride or you're going to choke on it.
How do you improve if you don't know where you need to improve? So I just love it when I find mistakes, because the mistakes tell me I can get better.
And this year, 2018, is going to be an amazing year for us. We are definitely have the confidences, the courage. We're definitely in events all over Houston and Galveston. You can check us out as well and meet us live in person. Tom's amazing. He can show you some techniques. And it's just going to be an amazing year for us. We're going to grow. We're going to get more subscribers. And please, if you're watching, thank you. Spread and subscribe and tell your friends, hey, you know what? We're here to support. We're the support group, because you're the one that has to do the footwork. Like I say with many of the readings that I do out in public, everything that I say, everything that Tom shows you, it's easier said than done. And the credit goes to you, because you have to put them in gear. We
need more talent. We don't want it just to be two people. I mean, we're not into hogging the stage or anything. We just want to make things better in this world. That's all we're about.
Yeah, deep conversations, deep views. Bring it on. Let's hear them. We're ready.
Well, thank you very much for watching the video. We appreciate it.
Yes, and we've been Positive Vibes Enterprise. You have been touched by the first year video, and more to come. Please subscribe.
And spread the word.
Spread the word. And check out the links and get us some questions. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.